So hey everyone, today also we are going to solve some questions. So let's see the first question. The first question is how to print every second observation of the data set. For that we have created a new data exp1 on 4th row. On 5th row we have called the class data from SAS help library. On 6th row we have given a condition if mode. So mode is a function. How many of you know the mode function? If you don't know, I'll explain here itself. So let's see, here is the data on 13th row exp2. We are creating a new variable c and we are giving the mode function. So what it will do, in the mode function I am giving 10 divided by 2. Now the question is 10 can be divided by 2? Of course yes. So what will be the remainder? Because mode function will give you the remainder. So let's run. You can see the remainder is 0. Let's suppose instead of 2, if I'll keep here 3. Now the question is 10 divided by 3? Yes, but you will get a remainder 1. Okay, that is not fully, you will not fully cross the value. So you can see you are getting 1 as a reminder. So that is a use of mode function. To print every second observation, we are going to use mode function. Now how it gonna help us? Let's see here. So we are writing if mode, the mode function. In bracket we are selecting underscore n underscore. Those who don't know what is the use of underscore n underscore, so underscore n underscore is used to call the record numbers. That is a default variable. You know, whenever you run a data, let me show you. Whenever you run a data set, you get this observation number, right? The first column by default, obs 1 2 3 4. You know, whenever you want to call this variable, you cannot call it by obs, by writing obs. You have to write underscore n underscore. So whenever your data is being created, at that time a default variable will be created, underscore n underscore, and that is going to contain the record numbers like 1 2 3 4. Now what we are doing here, record numbers divided by 2, okay, and equal to 0. Now this will ensure you are getting every second record. Let me run this. So you are getting 9 records. Now the question is how you can get to know that you are getting every second record, like second, fourth. So what I'll do here, I'll create a new variable row. I'll keep the values n. What it will do, in the row variable, it will keep the initial values, the counts. So that's how you, because after giving this condition, it is printing every second observation. But this row variable, the new variable we are creating, this will store the initial numbers of the value. Now you can see the first observation you are getting now, that was earlier second, okay, because in your class data there are total 19 records. The second observation you are getting, that is fourth. You are getting every second observation, second, fourth, sixth, 8th, 10th, 12th, 14th. I will even show you with a small example how it looks in the raw data. Let's suppose here you are creating a new data, calling the class data and printing all the record numbers in the row variable, okay. So you can see all the record numbers are getting printed, 1 2 3 4. So this is how this underscore n underscore stores the row iterations, first row, second row. Every time SAS is creating a new row, it will iterate first, second, third, fourth, and it is a default variable. Any data set you are creating, it is going to be created by default. Now this is how you are able to print every second observation. Now let's go to the next question, and here is the definition I have written for mode. You can read it. Now the next question was, let's suppose you have 3 variables, var1, var2 and var3. It contains some values and some of the values are missing. Now what they are telling, you have to do addition for all these 3 variables. But while doing addition, one time we have used sum function, another time we have used operators, plus operator. You can see var1 plus var2 plus var3. Now you need to explain what is the difference between them. So the difference is very simple. Okay, I'll explain you here. Whenever you are using sum function, it will handle the missing value. It will do 10 plus missing plus 30. So 30 plus 10 will be 40, right? Similarly, 40 plus 50 will be 90 plus missing will be, it will be not counted, and this will come properly. But this plus operator, it will not able to handle missing value. So what it will do, 10 plus missing plus 30, it will give missing or it will give wrong values. So this plus operator, if you are using, it will not able to handle missing values. Wherever missing values are there, it will not give the output. But this sum function, this plus operator, it will not able to handle missing values, but this sum function, it will able to handle missing values and it will give you proper output. Let's run this and see. So you can see in the A variable, you have used sum function, okay. In the B variable, you have directly used plus operator. Now let's see the result window. So you can see in the A variable the values are coming, okay, after the addition the values are coming, but in the B variable some values are missing, first and second row. Why? Because first row was containing missing value. In the var2 you can see missing value. Second row was also containing missing value. So in short, plus operator is not able to handle missing value and some function is able to handle missing value. So this is a small question but yet useful. Now the next question is very small, guys. Here what happened, after 2 years one of my student Pratmesh, he called me. The time he learned SAS from me, he was in college. So what happened, he called me and he told, sir, you have given us a table data. I was creating that table but I am facing that one issue and I am not able to get the answer. I told him, share me the screenshot and the data and the code you are trying. I'll revert you soon. So he shared me the screenshot of the issue and then the code as well and then the data as well. Now once I got time, I moved the data and code into the SAS. So once I uploaded the data and code into SAS, what I did, I ran each of the data one by one. After running each of the data, I started looking for error. Where is the error? Then I finally found in this particular data. Okay, data 4, I am getting an error. Let me show you the error as well. So see, this was the exactly error we were getting. Variable cat eg has been defined as both character and numeric. When I asked him, he told, sir, I have created the variables and it's in character only. So this was the exactly error we were getting. Variable cat eg has been defined as both character and numeric. So I went back to the coding window and started looking for this cat eg variable. So I found 3 variables, age, htcat and wtcat. Okay, for them we are giving cat eg name. It means we are storing the age, htcat and wtcat variable data into single variable cat eg. Now I started looking one by one the variable type. So I opened this age variable first. Let me open it right away, which we are calling from age6 dataset. So this age variable was in numeric and this was the exactly issue. So what happened, guys, once you are combining or clubbing multiple variable data into single variable, it should be in character. So this htcat and wtcat, these variables are in character, that is fine, but age is in numeric. The same error you are getting. Variable cat eg has been defined in both character and numeric. So whenever you are clubbing multiple type of variable data, it should be in character. Then only you can club, combine or concatenate properly. So he told, but I have converted already. So I started looking where is the where he have done the conversion. So I got to know in the previous data he created a data 3 where he is calling this age6 data. He have created new variable age1 and using compress function there he have converted put and age. So he have converted and removed the spaces as well. Then I got to know that he have done the conversion of the variable. He have converted the age variable from numeric to character and stored in a new variable age1. Later on he renamed as well and stored the data in 3. But here what happened, he is calling the age6 data. You can see here this age6 data is the raw data from which he have done this variable type conversion. He have done the conversion. So this new data age1 he is storing in a new data set 3. Here he is calling the old data, that is age6. So there was a issue. So what we did here, we have called this new data set 3 which contained the character type variable, okay, age. So this was an issue. He was calling the old data where the age variable was present in numeric and he was not calling the new data where he has converted the numeric variable into character. So sometimes when you create multiple codes, this small issues can happen. So always look into your code and look for the error, that what is the error you are doing. These small mistakes, sometimes it takes a lot of time. He have already done the changes but he was calling the previous data and the small issue was creating the problem. So these are the 3 things we have learned in today's session. If you have more questions, so these are the 3 things we have learned in today's session. And guys, I have even created interview pattern playlist on my channel. You can go and check. For some of the companies like Efficacy, Pfizer and many other companies, I have created interview pattern. So from that you can get an idea what is the interview pattern for the particular company. Even I'm going to add more videos in the coming days. On top of that, these questions I gonna upload on my LinkedIn account. You can check the link in the description itself, or you can search on LinkedIn Clinical Study Academy. So let's meet in the next video. For now, thank you everyone and bye bye everyone.